Hi, my name is Lily, and I have to tell someone about something really bad I did. I feel awful, but I was just so mad, you know? Everyone does bad things when they're mad, right? So my boyfriend Aaron and I had been dating for, well, about 6 months when this happened, but we'd been friends much longer than that. We were in the same biology class last year, and we got close when we partnered together for a project. I was so happy. Growing up, I was never the type of girl boys would look at or pay attention to. So when Aaron and I started talking and I found out we both were into the same type of music, I was over the moon. Eventually, I asked him to come over to my house to listen to a new album together. He agreed, and I couldn't believe it. I was so excited that I rushed to tell my friends all about it. When he arrived at my house that evening, I couldn't stop smiling. It looked like he'd made an effort to dress up nice for me in a nice blue shirt and designer jeans. We spent the whole evening together in my bedroom listening to music. We talked, we sung a little, we shared secret smiles. It was the greatest night of my life. When he told me he needed to get home, I panicked. I kissed him. He looked so surprised and I was so embarrassed, but I didn't regret it. I wanted him to know how I felt. Instead of turning me down, Aaron told me he really liked me too. After he left, my heart was still racing in my chest, and I couldn't stop touching my lips where we'd kissed. Everything was going so well, nothing could bring me down. Except, as the months went by, Aaron and I never seemed to get much further than kissing. At first, I didn't care. I really liked Aaron a lot. He was such a great guy. He was always out doing charity work on the weekends, and he always sent me cute texts in the morning to start my day. To me, our relationship was great. My best friend Tiffany didn't think so, though. One Friday night, I was sleeping over at her house with Monica and Chloe when all of a sudden, they started asking me questions about Aaron. I don't like talking about my relationship with other people, so the questions made me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't want them to think I was weird, so I started telling them stuff. Things I hadn't told anyone. They asked about how far we had gotten and whether we had sent each other any sexy pictures. If we did, they wanted to see one of Aaron's so they could compare him with their boyfriends. It wasn't the type of thing I wanted to do at all, and luckily I shut them down quickly since I didn't have any rude pictures of Aaron and I told them we'd never done anything more than kiss. When I did, however, everything got quiet in Tiffany's bedroom and she gave me a look. The kind of glare that makes you feel small and stupid. I couldn't stop myself from asking what was wrong. Tears were already welling in my eyes from fear. Why were they suddenly acting so weird? Then Tiffany said something I'll never forget. She rolled her eyes and stated, like it was obvious, "Honey, I think Aaron might be gay." My mouth fell open. I was so shocked I didn't know what to say. How on earth could my boyfriend be gay? There was no way. I started to question her. Why would he be with me if he was gay? Why would he kiss me if he was gay? But these questions only gave Tiffany more ammunition of her own. Why wouldn't he go further with you if he was straight? Why haven't you guys even talked about sex yet? She said. Here I was thinking we'd been taking things slow and we were happy, and Tiffany was trying to ruin it. I saw red. It felt like Tiffany didn't want me to be happy. I told her that Aaron and I were different. Just because we didn't have sex didn't mean anything about either of us. But Monica tutted and shook her head. She told me that all guys want is one thing, sex. If he wasn't after that from me, then there had to be something different about him. Besides, she continued, maybe he isn't ready to come out of the closet yet and he needed a girlfriend so his parents wouldn't be suspicious. They're Catholic, you know. My whole world turned upside down. I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what to do or say. Could they be right? After all this time, had they seen what I couldn't? That night I slept, cuddling Tiffany while I cried myself to sleep. When I woke the next day, I left as early as I could. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I ran home and locked myself in my room. My phone buzzed with Aaron's morning message and I couldn't even bear to look at it. I just opened my laptop and watched Netflix and tried to distract myself from the disaster that was my life. But when evening came around, Aaron called me and I couldn't resist answering. He sounded so happy, and for the first time, it sickened me. How dare he be happy when he was just using me? But then he reminded me it was our friend Jason's birthday party tonight. He was going to come pick me up and take me. But I refused. I didn't want to see him on my own. I thought I would probably just cry. So I got my mum to take me instead and said I'd meet him there. I saw him first. He was talking with his friends and smiling like nothing was wrong. I wanted to vomit. Then Tiffany found me and showed me how she'd snuck in some vodka. I usually don't drink, but tonight was different. I wanted to forget about everything. By the time I saw Aaron again, I was already more drunk than I'd ever been. He was talking to Jason, and then he hugged him close. I'd never felt so jealous before in my life. Was Aaron secretly seeing Jason behind my back? Before anyone could stop me, I ran to the stage where the band was playing and I grabbed the microphone. "Excuse me, everybody. I have an announcement," I shouted. "My boyfriend is gay." Everyone had been silent, but they burst out in laughter at my words. I saw Aaron emerge from the crowd with a confused look on his face. He ran over to me and ushered me outside to get some fresh air. He wanted to know why I thought he was gay and why I wanted to tell everyone. I confessed to him about everything. About Tiffany, about how we never went further than making out, about my jealousy when I saw him hug Jason. I started to cry. Everything felt so overwhelming. But Aaron held me tight and comforted me. He stroked my hair and told me I had nothing to worry about. He wasn't gay. He was just very religious. He grew up in a Catholic family and he thought sex should only be something that happened between a man and his wife. I couldn't believe I'd been so stupid. I should have spoken to him right away instead of believing what everyone else was saying. I apologized and he forgave me. Since then, we promised each other we'd always be honest about how we felt. We've been together another 3 months since then, and we couldn't be happier.